So I grabbed a bunch of pencils on the tee. I put one in my ear, like under my cap, just because I thought that'd be cool. Jay hooks his first shot into the trees. Disgusting tee shot. We go over and we're doing the numbers, and I'd lost my pencil from the tee shot to where he had to hit his second shot. So he's doing his numbers, and he's like, "What'd you get?" And I'm like, I said to her, "I don't have a pencil." He looks at me like, "Oh my gosh, what a disgrace." So he hits his shot. He walks over to Teddy. He goes, "Teddy, can you give Bat some pencils? He's lost it." And Teddy's like, "I got him." Gives me a bunch of pencils.
Welcome to another episode of the Halfway Help podcast. And this week we have Azali Bate Basaga.
Good job.
Everyone will know him as Bat from the Lads. Welcome, Bat.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
So I've been doing so much research on you. And first of all, the first thing that came up was that you turned pro off +5.
Yep. When I was a kid, yep.
That's crazy. When you're a kid, that's even more crazy. You did it from a young age. That's wild to me. So what I would like to know is, I'm sure everyone listening would like to know, is where did the love for golf start? Where did you fall in love with it?
So I come from a rugby background. My dad was a professional rugby player, but my stepdad introduced me to the game when I was about 7 or 8 or something like that. And I just got the bug. I played on and off until I was probably, I started taking it really seriously when I was kind of 13, 14. But rugby's always been has a strong hold in my life.
Love it. So you picked up the clubs and you thought, you know what? Yeah, this is the sport for me.
I actually remember I was at Albert Park Golf Course in Melbourne. It's like a muni course in the middle of the city. And I didn't know the rules or anything like that. So I was pretending to fall over in the fairway to tee my forward up because I couldn't get it off the ground. So I'd fall over and pretend I got, and I teed up. My mum yelling at me, my stepdad just walking off, and I'd smash this forward. And I remember that shot, and it was over. I'm like, holy, seeing the ball fly. It was incredible. And that was like my first flush shot.
I love that. I'm going to try that 100%.
Oh, dude. Off the tee, man. Just pretend to fall over. It's all good.
Just laying there trying to just make sure you get it back on the tee. I love that.
I'm 7 or 8 years old, man. Throwing up a ball in the fairway.
That's good. You know what? I'm starting to think, do I know anyone who does that? Because there's a few people who struggle to get it off the ground, and then suddenly they're absolutely pure in these shots. I thought, hang on a minute.
I swear, man. With like when you're just having fun with golf and you're trying to enjoy it, tee it up everywhere. Who cares?
Absolutely. So you got the bug. Did you play through, like, do it in college or pursue it?
No, I barely got through high school. In fact, I think they graduated me because they were sick of me and my behavioral issues. And I never really went to school because I was always at the golf course. And because I represented the state and the country in school, I think I went to a state school. They received funds from the government because of, me representing the state. So they kind of kept me in school, I think, for that reason. And then kind of said, when it was time, get this kid out of here.
Fair enough. This kid's teeing it up in the fairway. You can't be doing that anymore.
This kid can't stop teeing it up.
I love that. So whereabouts did you meet Jason then?
So I moved from Melbourne to Central Queensland. Mum got a job up in Central Queensland, where he's from and born and raised. And we met at the Greg Norman Junior Golf Foundation tournament. And we played together. We basically hit it off straight away, just became buddies. After that round, actually, we went golf ball hunting. So we're in our golf clothes, getting all muddy, and mother's yelling at us. And we've been boys ever since.
I love that. I love that. And I'm right in saying you caddied for him as well.
Yeah, caddy for him 2018 and 19. That's a funny story, actually. I was never supposed to be his caddy. I'm not a caddy. I'm terrible at math. I gave him multiple mystery numbers. I'm a disgrace. But I was going through the green card process, so I couldn't leave the state. And the two caddies that he was about to trial when he left Swatto, his well, he's back seeing him now as coach. He's an absolute legend. I love him. The two guys couldn't get into the country because of visa reasons.
Oh
So I
man.
was like this emergency call a week before Torrey. This actually on this week. He calls me and said, "Hey, I need you for a couple of weeks until these boys clear up their visas." So I fly out from Ohio, winter. I was roofing. I was commercial roofing at the time. It was just the worst. I'm like, I'm on the bag. I'm coming. So I get to California, sunny, beautiful skies. My first event, I'm like so nervous because again, I'm not a caddy. J Day at the time was probably top 20 player in the world. He was playing with Bubba Watson actually the first round. I'm not sure, don't remember who else, but Scotty Scheffler's caddy now, Teddy Scott, who's a beautiful soul. Jay kind of says to him, "Hey, can you look after my man? He's never caddied. He's a golfer, obviously, but and Teddy, bless his heart, but I've got absolutely." So I grabbed a bunch of pencils on the tee. I put one in my ear, like under my cap, just because I thought that'd be cool. Jay hooks his first shot into the trees, disgusting tee shot. We go over and we're doing the numbers, and I lost my pencil from the tee shot to where he had to hit his second shot. So he's doing his numbers, and he's like, "What'd you get?" And I'm like, I said, "Dude, I don't have a pencil." He looks at me like, "Oh my gosh, what a disgrace." So he hits his shot. He walks over to Teddy, but he goes, "Teddy, can you give Bat some pencils? He's lost it." And Teddy's like, "I got him." Gives me a bunch of pencils. Jay ended up actually he 2018 that week, me being the worst caddy you've ever seen, he hands me a check for 150K in the car park, like
Amazing.
just wild. Coming from the roof, wanting to jump off the roof because it was snowing and cold. It was just the worst. He wins in a 7-hole playoff against Alex Nono. Then comes second at Pebble. And then he's like, "Hey, man, you're caddying at Augusta." And I'm just like, wow, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We get to Augusta, and it's different for everybody at Augusta. Obviously, as a fan and people that come to tournaments, it's a religious experience. But even the pros are different. Like the whole energy of the place, everyone's kind of giddy and excited. I mean, like JC's Tiger goes and hugs him on the range. I mean, it's like weird. Like everyone's happy that Monday. It's Masters week. So we're like kissing on the range basically. It's like he's like, "How good's this? We come from the ghetto and here we are at Augusta." It's just wild. So Jay gets his putter checked, or back when I was working with him, he gets his putter checked. The lie and the degrees, checked every week. He's like, "Bat, hand the putter to the boys, make sure it's right." "Yes, sir." I go and hand the putter to the TaylorMade boys. They have to go across the road to the vans because there's no equipment on site at Augusta. So putter's gone. Jay's warming up, hitting balls. We're high fiving, happy. And usually, when he's at a normal tournament, especially back then, he would rather be on the range than go and play. He hits maybe 15 balls. He's like, "Let's go. Let's get on the course." I'm like, "Absolutely." So I'm like carrying the bag up above my head. So he walks past 2 putting greens to get to the first tee. Because usually you have a putt before you go out. The putter's with TaylorMade. with the boys. So he hits his first tee shot. It's just him and I. He hits he smashed the drive, had like a little knockdown 9-iron, hits a lovely shot in the middle of the green. I got to reach in the bag, no putter. So he sees me reach and I froze, and he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Bro, we don't have a putter." So he's like happy because he's at Augusta. Usually he'd be like, "Go home, you're done. Like, you're out." He's like, "It's all good. It's all good. I'll chip around and it's fine." I was like, he goes, I'll make a call. There's a restroom behind the second tee because even J Day can't pull out his phone at Augusta and make a call. So he chips around the first hole, hits a couple of shots, and then he's like, "Okay, let's give you my phone. I'm gonna go make a call." He calls the guys at TaylorMade. They're like, "Oh, you're out on the course already?" So they will come straight out. We'll race it straight out. So I'm like, yes, they're gonna be here by the second green. No issues. He just hasn't had a putt on one. It took over an hour for those boys to bring it out because TaylorMade can't just enter the grounds at Augusta and bring it out in a cart. They have to find someone in a green jacket. It's a member, obviously, to deliver the putt. So every hole that goes past, I'm just like, I'm going to be fired before the tournament starts. I mean, who doesn't? The most important club at Augusta is a putter. So we get to the sixth green, the par 3. I'll never forget it. Green jacket comes out. "Hey, Mr. Day, here's your putter." I'm just like, my head's down. The bag's gone from weighing like a feather to 1,000 bricks. So he has a putt on 6 the first time he's putting for the week. And I'm thinking it's fine. He'll go out tomorrow and play the front 9 and he'll get a. But Jay doesn't operate like that. He has 9 holes on a Tuesday, 9 holes on a Wednesday. We go play third holes, something like that. He didn't play the front 9 again before Thursday. He was 4 over through 7.
No.
He ended up coming top 20, but I mean, 4 over through 7. If he's even through 7, there's a chance that he's donning a green jacket. But so I get in after the practice round, after that 9 holes, and the caddies in the caddy shack are standing up, clapping, "Well done." I mean, the locker room attendant that puts the bags away, he's laughing at me. The whole world knows that I left J-Day's putter. I mean, he played Augusta without a putter.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
It was brutal, man.
Did you try and steal your what's it called? The overalls?
I mean, I thought about it, but looking like a Mexican, it's not a good idea. Not a good look. I would have been. I would have got J-Day banned from Augusta.
That's brilliant. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough scene. Oh, right. That's such a good story. There you go.
Crazy.
That's
So I was
mad.
only supposed to caddy for 2 weeks. I was basically supposed to be Tory and then the AT&T a couple of weeks after, and he came second there. So my first 2 weeks, he goes win second. It's just wild,
That's crazy.
unreal, man. It just shows you don't have to be good at math. You just got to be good energy.
There's a thing is though. There is a important thing there, 100%. Because I know you're strong on the mental side.
100.
I mean, you take Rory for instance. He's got his best mate on the bag. Like there
Harry,
is
yep.
something there, just having someone to just take you almost out of the moment a little bit, maybe.
It's like the boys are going to war. You know, kind of my how I kind of feel about it. They're out there alone. It's brutal. The pressure that they put on themselves. You know, then when you're a top player in the world, you've got the whole world watching you. You know, to have someone next to you that, you know, you feel comfortable with, someone that, you know, you basically the pressure. It's just basically the heat they have on them because of the game of golf. I think it only alleviates some of that stress when you have someone that you love and that you're next to you, that you trust, and you know that in the hard times you're going to have some smiles and some laughs.
100%, because golf is an emotional roller coaster, as
Oh my
like on
gosh,
your
it's
own,
so
and it's so much nicer having someone there to go through it with you, to smile when you don't really want it, but you know you need it, kind of thing.
exactly. Just to take your mind away from it, even for a second. Sometimes is all it takes for those guys that are that good. It's a kind of, it can be somewhat of a reset. Let's go again. Here we go. Here's another opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's it like, basically going from not working in golf to suddenly you're caddying on tour? Did you feel quite welcomed there as well?
It it was awesome. I'm still so grateful that I had a real job for the first time in my life, being a roofer, because I went from playing professionally, struggling, not making any money, had all these mental issues, kind of with self worth. I'm no good. I'm not good enough. With how golf beats you down at that level, or at any level. If you're a golfer and you love it, you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We all battle. So going from the failure of my professional career to then working on a roof in Ohio with a bunch of hillbillies, absolute legend, hard men. It gave me a sense of like gratitude and like, holy man, my life has been so amazing that I've been able to play golf and worry about cooking it or slicing it, getting so caught up in that, to a real job where it actually gave you a sense of purpose and completing tasks, being successful day in, day out with a team of guys going to work, and, that camaraderie is sort of a teamwork environment. I have a lot to thank for, but then to get back into the game at that level, to kind of see how the best in the world do it and to do it alongside my best bud was amazing. And to not have the pressure of myself, caddying is amazing when your man's doing well. It's like this whole, it's like an avalanche of positivity, and you have that sort of teaming vibe, and it's almost like it becomes automatic when they've got it. But on the other hand, when they're struggling, it's also like, oh, get me out of here. This is the worst.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You just mentioned there your own pro career as well, and also there are struggles in the
Oh my
pro
gosh.
career. What are some of the things that maybe people don't see? I mean, people always see like the big player, the top 10, or they're going through this. Oh, that's what playing pro is like, but they don't understand the struggles. So, what is it like essentially trying to turn pro?
Most of us that are physically good enough and can hit the shots that the big boys can hit, that doesn't mean one thing if you can't figure it out mentally and have toughness and go through those stressful moments of getting to the tour, a main tour. It's ridiculously brutal on the soul when you continuously struggle and you go through Q school. Then say you get on, like, I was like on the Australasian tour. Then I got some status in Asia, and I got some status, played some challenge tour events, but never kind of got a break. So I was always battling through airports, motels, you know, you're by yourself when you're at that level, basically. So you're eating alone, traveling alone. You just destroy yourself. And even the top guys go through that, but they figure it out. Even the absolute rock stars, J Day, Sergio, all those guys that we know of that made it in such a big ways at an early age, they still go through that struggle. They still have those times where they're like, I'm not good enough. This is crazy. What am I doing? but they have the mental toughness. They back themselves, believe in themselves, and under those high pressure moments, those big boys they rise to the occasion and get the job done. Whereas I buckle at that. If I just couldn't get through the barrier, you know what I'm saying? And it was just all myself.
Personally, I hate the word failure. Don't like that. That
I
can.
love it. I'm getting to that point. There's no such thing.
I would say the struggles and the stress and the anxieties and everything that you went prepared you for being a caddy on tour, prepared you to be able to be a YouTuber now, essentially.
There's no accidents.
Exactly. As hard as those times were, you're only going to grow stronger and better.
100%. I'm not the man I am today with all of that went on, for sure.
Exactly. And it makes you grateful as well.
That's how I want to operate in my everyday life. You know, it sounds, as a kid, if you hear that stuff, airy fairy, but you know, operating out of gratitude sets you up to have a great day. You stack up enough great days, surround yourself with good people, you know, only good things are going to happen.
Exactly. Well, that leads us on to we got to talk about the lads, haven't we?
Oh man,
It's fast growing. It's becoming my favorite like YouTube channel, 100%.
I appreciate that, man. We thank you for the support.
There's nothing I haven't watched yet. I'm desperate to come and play J Day's like whole situation in his garden. It looks insane. We spoke to Ryan before, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to come down." I'm like, "You don't know. You're offering that. I will be there. Don't offer it just willingly. I will be there." It looks nuts.
It's out of this world. It's the best short game facility. I've been to all of them. You know, all the best on tour anyway. And Jay's backyard is incredible. It blows them all out of the park.
My question is, has anyone overshot and hit the barn yet?
I've hit the barn. I've hit his house. We've hit the neighbors. We've been close to hitting the neighbor's house. I mean, I've hit some skulls out of the trap, one of his bunkers that face his neighbor's yard, and I'm talking straight rocket. And I mean, thank goodness it's like there's trees everywhere and just hits these trees. But I mean, it's smoking into the neighbor's house. So the trees aren't there.
We have a similar thing. We just started today trying to. I say similar thing. It's nothing compared to what we've just put a flag down the end of Mark, who is on here as well. We put a flag down the end of his garden. We're trying to hole out.
I love it.
We got 16 shots each day, and we're trying to hole out. And there is a greenhouse that I can see, like this big glass house that's next door, and that is all I'm eyeing up. Every single time I swing the club, I'm like, please do not hit.
No, I mean, you can play the game, so you can understand, you know, a bad player what they think. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause even when I'm out playing golf, you know, I'm playing half decent, you see a hazard or you see out of bounds. It's like, oh my god, all I see is out of bounds and hook it into the water. Like touching on what we were speaking about before, the big boys see that stuff as well, and they admit that stuff to themselves, but they get back into reset the process and you know they deliver what needs to be done at the time under the most pressure. So it's a different mentality, I think.
J Day and Minwoo Lee played 9 holes before the MX tournament, and the thing that really I noticed was when they did like a flyover of the hole, they wouldn't point out where the danger is. They would point out where the landing zone is. This is what you're aiming at. This is exactly. It almost like nothing else is there. It was just right. That's where they want to land it, and then you'd hear them talking about it to their caddy and say, right, what's the number? Right, where am I aiming? There, cool. That's it. There's not.
Yeah. No, 100%. Jay has spoken at length about the mental side, and I obviously I love getting to ask him questions and talking to him about different situations. He asks questions of where he wants to be. So, where do I want this golf ball to go? Where do I need to put this to give myself, you know, the best chance of scoring well. And that's how he plots his way around the golf course. You know, where do I want to be? So he asks that question, and then the visual and visualization answers that question in his mind. And I mean, he's been out there for 20 years, so it's almost automatic for him. You know what I'm saying? But still, when he's battling, when he's struggling and he's in his head about technique, those hazards and the places that he doesn't want to be, it's kind of creeping there a little stronger, as it does for all of them, all of us. You know, it's just that it's a lot more prominent for us to see the trouble, and then we get caught up in having a bad attitude, questioning what's going on back here in my swing. Whereas the best at it, they kind of just figured it. Okay, I'm missing it here. I'm gonna play to the miss. Looks okay over there. Their short games are unbelievable, so they figure out how to always be around par or even shoot in the 60s when they don't have it.
Yeah, that's wild to me when they're feeling bad, like they're not playing well, but yet they still shoot like a 68 or something.
Oh,
And
that's what I love. Exactly,
that's wild.
it's unbelievable.
It's mad.
The short game is such a big thing. It's at that level.
Yeah, because it's not just like they're good golfers. They're good golfers on the hardest courses on the planet. Like,
People don't understand, you know, because we just see the best shots on TV and all of that stuff, and they make it look easy. 20, whatever they just shot. What Scott did you shoot? 28 under or whatever.
yeah,
It's unbelievable how good that is, because the course isn't easy. But everyone will say on TV or like sitting on their couch, "Oh, this course is a pitch and putt course." It's not. You know, it's just amazing how good they are.
it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But going back to the lads,
Yeah.
what do you learn from each one? Because you're all incredible golfers. Like talking to Ruff the other day, he was telling us like all these different, like all your handicaps, and I was thinking, right, I don't think I want to play with you guys because I'll be shaking on that first tee. But is there stuff that you learn from each other? Because
Absolutely. The best thing about the lads is that we're pushing each other. You know, yes, we're putting out this content, this YouTube stuff, and it's not serious golf. We're trying to be a little bit different in that we want to go at each other. We want to push each other. I think it's good for Jay. He smokes us 9 times out of 10. As good as we are, he still makes us look pretty stupid. But he had even said, "Man, I'm a little nervous," because he knows on our best day, if we're playing well, we're going to be somewhere around it.
yeah,
And then with the cameras on, people are going to see it. It's kind of giving him a little bit of a tournament prep, somewhat, for when he's out there doing it for real. And then another positive about it that we found is that he's kind of seeing golf in more of a fun light. You know, because he's been out there for 20 years. It's a grind, and it's so brutal. He's kind of seeing more of a light side of the game, which is kind of refreshing for him.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. Being able to push each other as well is just so amazing. And to
100%.
have quite a big group of you. But what do you find the most fun about YouTube? How are you finding playing now on camera?
At first, it was a thing. I'm like, "Oh, I don't want people to see my rubbish, my duff, hook shots." Whereas now, with all this positive support that we've received and the comments, people loving our stuff, the camera's not even there. I'm actually playing better golf in some of the tournaments that I'm playing. Almost less pressure, because I'm like, who cares? This isn't my real job anymore. You know, we've got YouTube having a blast together, but still trying to be competitive and rip each other. You know, it's almost less pressure for me to play in these Ohio Opens and a couple of qualifiers that I play, because it's almost like it's just an enjoyment for the game that I still get to do what I love.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's been your favorite video to film so far?
Probably the Horvat video, because I beat everyone. But when we play the 1v1s and we play like a leaderboard type situation where we're all trying to go against each other, but we're ripping each other and laughing and hitting great shots and supporting, they're they're amazing when we're playing a tournament style game, but ripping each other.
Yeah, yeah. I love the one where you had to try and guess who was the pro golfer. That was
Man,
had me in stitches.
that was Jay's idea.
It was such a good video. I love you. Got
Dude,
to
we
do
had a
more.
blast.
Me and Mark watched the whole video, and we were laughing our heads off, but like at the same time, we were completely. We both thought it was the guy who played the U.S. Open allegedly
Man,
the whole time.
like, this guy is like a professional liar. He was unreal. He got us so good. Jay, Brucey, and I, we were like, I can't. That's ridiculous that we couldn't even get that.
It's wild. I suppose it's tough though, because if you saw them hit a shot or something like that, you'd know straight away.
So that's what for our next one that we do. We got a lot of comments about, hey, we want to see a shot, and it's brilliant. We need to figure out where to place them, because if we see a shot before we have to make a decision, we'll know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, well, not necessarily. It depends on the type of shot. Like if we have them hit like a 40-yard spinner or a hit shot if they play our first hole at the barn, we'll know straight away because that's a hard shot.
Yeah.
But we need to figure out where we put that little segment because we need to add that in there. That'll be great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now let's go on to some of the golf that you're playing now. I saw you playing grass leagues now.
Yep.
That looks awesome.
It's an absolute blast, man. Those guys are doing a great job. It's just a party, basically, and the golf gets in the way. The team environment, the team aspect of it is fantastic because we'll be like out on the course and we'll get reports from our manager that's cruising around, has rough doing, what's going on out there. It's where you're never like that in a tournament. Like real golf, you just lock in, trying to figure out and do your best. This is like, if you're a little bit out of it, you're pumped. You got someone in the mix. They have rock concerts. They're doing a great job. I really hope that this is in for the long haul because it's a absolute blast.
I love that. I wish they'd bring something like that over here, but I don't think that.
Yeah, whereabouts are you based?
So we're down the south coast of England. The UK itself, all bad weather. Like you go anywhere.
I lived in Manchester for 6 months, and holy moly!
Yeah, then you know it's tough. You got about
it's so brutal.
You got about 4 months of the year of decent weather, and then it's just hitting hope 100%.
I feel like it's probably worse down where you are.
It's not too bad. The summer is better down here than it is up north.
Oh, there you go.
The winter is about the same. It just is colder up north. That's all.
Yeah,
but not by much. But we're quite close to London. We've got a whole load of courses in Surrey. We've just got so many courses.
Surrey's great.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And there's even some like hidden ones. Like we went to the Addington last year, and that was just, I fell in love with that course. It was so much fun, and that drain's amazing at the same time. So it hammered it down with rain the night before, and it played amazing. I was getting roll on the fairways. I couldn't believe it.
That's got sand cap. That's unreal.
But yeah, if you got to come back over and play some courses, 100%.
Well, hopefully we kind of, this lads thing keeps growing. We want to do it globally, do stuff in UK, some Asia, the Middle East, but obviously back home to Australia. We have to get home to Australia.
Oh, you have to. Absolutely have to.
Yeah.
So actually on that, where's been your favorite place to play golf around the world?
I mean, it's hard to go past the sandbar, man. But I think that I say that because I've played, a lot of places around the world, and now living in Ohio away from home, I kind of have that soft spot for home. And now that I realize how special that we have it back, in Australia, I still probably say the Sandbar is my favorite place because Melbourne City is my favorite city.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Have you played much in Scotland yet?
I played a few Euro Pro Tour events in Scotland. I don't remember the courses, but for some, Ireland really was an amazing experience. Yeah, and I have some Irish heritage. You know, I have a little bit of a red beard, so I kind of felt like I was home when I went and played in Ireland.
I'm yet to go over to Ireland. I haven't been there yet.
It's incredible.
I really, really want to go, just purely for the
Yeah,
Guinness.
yeah,
But I want to go.
100%.
So I want to talk about equipment as well. So I
Yep,
see
yep.
that you're playing a Voda. Clearly, me and Mark are both.
Unreal, unreal. So, Tommy came to Jay's barn a couple of weeks ago and just gave me a quick fitting, basically. That experience was sick in itself because he makes this, I think it's really intricate details about clubs and setup and shafts, and the stuff he knows is just awesome to listen to because I'm a golf nut. Learning about this stuff is just awesome to me. But he makes it sound so simple and can break it down in the simplest forms for me to understand and be like, that makes so much sense. And I think that process helps you build trust in what he's doing and what he's creating. And then I've had the clubs for a couple of weeks now out here in the desert. And I'm like, I'll hit some shots about that's what he was saying. Like, it's correlating directly from what he was saying of things that's going to happen through the turf, the ground interaction, how the club's designed, what the shaft's going to do at certain points in the swing, all from the hour that he was with me in Jay's barn.
Yeah,
And he's like, you just wait. We're only just getting started. Like, I'm playing better now than I was when I was the professional. It's wild. And I'm only like with these equipment, I can't wait to dive into it and get it going because these irons. I was never a good iron player, and I've still got a long way to go. But because I could rock driver and I was a decent putter, I could get away with getting hidden scoring decently. But elite golf is obviously all of it. But if you're a decent iron player and can miss it in the right spots, you're kind of never going to be out of it. And that's how I feel my game. That's where my game is heading with this new equipment.
absolutely. Have you got just the irons, or have you got the wedges as well?
I got wedges and irons. Yeah,
Those wedges. Did you go for the same length or combo length, or have you got the?
combo.
I've got the same. I've got the combo length as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
having from the wedges the same length as like my 8-iron, that was a massive game changer for me.
100%. I know it's because, and even with the Jumbo Max grips, there's something about that when he explains and goes into how it really should sit in your hands. I was like, how is everybody not doing this? It makes so much sense.
It
And
does.
it's funny, since I've been playing them, everybody that picks up my clubs, it's like, that feels better in my hands. So the lobby to 8 being the same length, again, it's building trust through consistency. For me, once you find that consistent strike with some feels, only a couple of weeks in, the excitement, it's like
Yeah.
just to play every day, wake up, I want to run away from my wife and kids and just get out on the course.
Say that whilst they're not in the room. Love that. Love that. I get what you're saying though, because we had Tom on last week, and
Yeah.
I mean, we've spoken to him before. It's just going through, reminding myself of some of the things, like you said, the grip. I've never thought about being fitted for a grip. I'm like, well, the grip's your grip. Like, that's where you
It's
just,
the most important thing, really.
yeah. And then when he said graphite shafts as well, I thought, no, I'm not having graphite shafts. And then I hit them. I was like, yeah, I'm sold. Yeah, fine.
It's what blew my mind more than anything else, because we're told from when we first pick up a golf club that steel is more stable, that you get more consistency through steel shafts, and it's the opposite. And it's the last couple of weeks using graphite shafts. I can see it in my missed strikes. There's way less curve. I'm not missing irons off the planet. Like, it's crazy to hit a shot. And I'm like, we know. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's gone. See you later. And to look up and see it still in to a point where I know that I can kind of get it up and down, or it's still going to be on the green, is unreal.
Absolutely, because I mean, I've never had before this. I had never had a full fitted set of clubs, but I've gone and got fitted, and I know what it's like to have like hit a club that is fitted for you. And this was just like it was just different. Like I'd hit on a normal fitting, I'd hit a few good ones, a few just bad ones, and that was it. But when we got these Avodas, I was just hitting straight shot, and then Toby, who sorted us out, he said, "Right, now try and hit it off the toe." So I was like, well, "Okay," and hit it off the toe, went dead straight. I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense." It blew my mind with everything.
I know. It's when he kind of touched on lie angles first, and he gave me the 3 different shafts and kind of start me off at both ends of the spectrum. And then, he's like, hey, he kept saying, we're going to meet somewhere in the middle. There's no such thing as perfection, but we're going to meet somewhere in the middle to give you your chance, to give yourself the best chance to make that miss a little bit smaller. It kind of blew my mind, the consistency just in a simulator that I'd never had just off the bat. And he's like, we haven't even done it. What we're doing is lie angle, and these shafts, you're already seeing an improvement. It was wild. It was amazing. I can't wait to do another fit. Because other fittings that I've had when I was with Titleist and other brands, it's almost as if they're trying to not rush you out the door, but it's like, okay, yeah, that's, there you go. Do you like that feel? That feel good? Boom. Okay, we'll do that. Whereas he breaks it down to the nitty gritty, it's a fine tooth comb that he gets down into the information, and the conviction that he has translates straight in. You hear it, you hit the shot, and he knows from the ball flight instantly. And he's like, that's because of this. So hang on, let me tweak this over here, boom, boom, boom. And it's like, what? So that from the fitting process, you're building confidence, which is unlike any other experience that I've had getting fitted.
Yeah, because it can feel like if you went to another brand that they want to just give you what's new. They're like, this is the new shiny product. This is going to make you a better player. This is going to go further. This is going to go straighter. They say the same thing every single year, where it almost felt like being fitted from, like, again, we got fitted by Toby. It was not just this is the product. We're going to make it work. Like, we're going to improve your game and you're going to get better. That's the way it is. And I absolutely love it. And the fact that, Tom has such a coaching background as well. And he applies that to his fitting process. Like, even when he has other people going out doing fittings, they're all coaches as well. So they know why the club's working because of your swing and how they can help. It's amazing.
But it makes so much sense. We've been doing it backwards this whole time. And that's why Avoda is so different, and it's why it's going to change the game. Truly, in my opinion, it's going to change the game. From when I was caddying for Jay a few years ago, he would have so he was in TaylorMade at the time. They'd bring out a team of crew with all the equipment, and they're trying to get him in the new stuff. And Jay's like sitting there for hours hitting shots, and he just got used to the product that he had the year before. But they need him in the new stuff because he was the guy. He was getting paid however much, millions of dollars to rock. They needed him in the new stuff so they could put it all over the posters. And he's like, man, I'm struggling with this driver. I love this one that I just got used to. We're doing that with Rory just last year, Arnold Palmer. He sent an Uber hours to go and get his old driver because he struggled with the new one because he wasn't used to it. It's
becoming more. Tom said this last week. It's people can go and make as much money as they want now. It's not so much the sponsorship. They just want to play good golf, and what's going to happen? What's going to make that happen? So that's where Avoda is going to fit in very nicely.
100%. And you're seeing now in comments, and with JD using an M5 or an M6 or whatever he's using, people saying, "I love my M5. I love my M6. What am I doing?" You know what I mean?
Well, Rory said he got asked what's his favorite club ever, and he said, "Oh, I'd still like to get that TaylorMade M2 out." And you're like,
Yes,
clearly, like it's not a bad club. So like
100%.
the whole industry is about to change.
I agree. Couldn't agree more. I mean, I just did a little thing in Jay's barn. It was a cold day or whatever. So the boy said, "Hey, Bat, why don't you grab all these TaylorMade, all these drivers, all the old stuff, and let's just do some testing." And I'm smashing drivers all day just to see which one was the fastest. And the M3, the one that I was using, was by far the fastest driver. Most ball speed. I mean, it's so interesting that they're bringing out these new drivers, and because I mean they're all good. They're all good. The marketing that they have to put out to make money, put a new shiny sticker on it. It is what it is, and they're doing a great job. But it's not beneficial to the enjoyment of the game if you're changing equipment every single year to chase a few more yards when really they're not going any further. And when you're not comfortable with it, you hit a few off the map. It doesn't care who cares what driver you've got.
Exactly. I will say though, Jason's irons, they look so pure. They look so nice. I was trying to convince Tom to get us a pair set, but he wasn't having it.
No, so I was using a set of his before I got fitted, and I mean, even his are they're a little special. They're a little different.
Love it. But we could talk clubs all day. We really
Oh
could.
man, I love it.
I want to know what is next for Bat in the whole his golf career. What is next?
So I'm going to obviously completely go all in with the lads this year. Ruff and I are going to do a lot of 1v1s against different groups. Like we just did one against the Good pros. They're amazing guys, Walsh and Dolkey. So we're going to do some battles throughout the year with the best YouTube golfers, because that's people are kind of really starting to enjoy good golf, good banter, some back and forth. So we're really going to rip into that. And then I'll also play, like I did the US Open. I got to finals, US Open finals last year. So I'm going to try and that would be my last big thing. It'd be amazing if I could pull off the qualifying for the US Open. That would just be all time for me.
Absolutely amazing.
And then I think I'm in the final kind of. There's an opportunity possibly to be on the big break, but again, that's not confirmed or anything like that. They're bringing back the show, which is an amazing show. I can't wait for that. Even if I'm not in it, I'll be watching it. So that'd be fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I could possibly, that'd be amazing if I would get a shot at that.
That's so cool. I love that. I love that they're bringing that back as well. That's so cool.
So good, man. Those boys are just so incredible. The fact that they've grown to a point that they could have partnership or have their own PGA Tour event is out of this world, man. And the fact that they're all good boys, good men, they gave us our shot. They put us on immediately. So we owe the good men. And we have such a great relationship with all those guys, from the CEO, Matt Kendrick, down to the boys that are performing on camera. They're all just absolute beauties.
I love that. What about the British Open? Have you thought about? I'm gonna get some stick for saying that as well, being British.
That would be. I mean, if I could. Well, now it's on the radar. The fact that you said it, because that would be amazing.
I mean, if you need a caddy, I'm available. You're in. Just saying.
Lock it in. We'll vibe out. Make sure you put a pencil in your ear and drop it before I hit the second shot of the tournament.
That'd be amazing. I'd love.
That would be amazing. I gotta look into that actually.
I have my own goal of trying to get my handicap to be able to do open qualifying. And I'm not a
Fantastic,
million miles
fantastic.
off, but it's getting harder and harder. And especially this time of year. So I've chosen like the worst time of year to try and get it down.
That's why it's so hard for people that like Ohio and you go through similar weather. There's 5-6 months that you're out of the game. So then these guys, you know, here in Palm Springs or Florida, I mean, all year round, they're on the hammer, which is how it's kind of crazy. But Jay got to number 1 living in Ohio.
And he was when he was, well, he's still unbelievable. I mean, he had a great week last week, and he played well yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So unbelievable. Thank you so much for coming on, Bat. Really.
Thanks for having me, man. That was fun.
And I love the lads, and I will continue to be watching, and I can't wait for the next video to come out.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, bud.
See you, legend.